Welcome into my channel. My name is Katarina. Thank you for tuning in. Today I have a beginner yoga flow for you. If you are new to yoga, this is a great place to start. If you already have a solid practice, it's a beautiful flow to refine your practice and alignment. So find your way to your mat, coming into a cross-legged seat, wiping the sand off your feet if you've been playing at the beach. Find yourself in Sukhasana, hands together in prayer at heart center in Anjali Mudra, rolling your shoulders up, down, and back, knitting your shoulder blades together and your back body. Be here. Finding your breath, finding the stillness within your body. Releasing your hands, we'll go through a flow of breath. Inhale, draw the energy into your heart. Exhale, release. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale, dome your back as you sweep your arms forward. Inhale, draw in. Finding this rhythm, your rhythm here. With this beautiful exhale, release. And inhale, draw in that energy to your heart space, invigorating your life. Exhale, finding that dome in your back. Inhale, finding expansion. Exhale, we come into our center. And inhale, we can expand from there. Inhale, reaching arms up overhead. Hands to come together in prayer, down through midline. Hands rest at heart center. With so much gratitude for this practice. And then gently find your way onto all fours into tabletop. You can cross over your legs or send feet out toward the side. Make your way into tabletop. Once you're here, find wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And start to cycle through your cat-cows. As you can see, the cat is the dome of the back. The cow is the arch. I like to inhale into my heart in the cat space as I dome my back. And then exhale as my tail and crown of the head go toward the sky in my cow. Then inhale into my heart as I find that cat pose, navel toward the spine. Following your own breath here, moving through this cycle, feeling into the space between each vertebrae of your spine. And gently bring big toes to touch, knees wide, and sit your hips back onto your heels, coming into child's pose. Melting your third eye, the space between your brow to the ground. Sending your breath to your hip space, softening. This is a beautiful place to come back to in your practice if you need a break. This is a position of rest. So feel free to come back here at any point when you need to come home to yourself. And then gently shift your weight forward, tuck toes under, send hips up toward the sky, coming into downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. You can play here, bending one knee and then the other, shifting hips from side to side, finding space and length in your hamstrings. You may even bend your knees as you send your hips up toward the sky. Find space and length in your back. And then begin to slowly straighten your legs as heels descend toward the ground. And gently take tiny steps all the way to the top of the mat. Coming into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find a straight back. Take your gaze forward. Hands can come on to shins or the ground. Exhale, release, forward fold, releasing the crown of your head toward the earth. Inhale, ground down through your feet, slight bend in the knees, and rise all the way up to standing with arms up overhead. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, palms together down through midline, resting at heart center. Exhale, release hands to your sides, Tadasana. Be here in alignment, tailbone draws down toward the earth, navel toward your spine. Inhale, arms up overhead. And exhale, palms together, coming into forward fold. Release. Inhale, halfway lift once again, finding a straight back. Hands can come to shins. Exhale, release, forward fold. Bend your knees, step both feet back, coming into plank. Shoulders in alignment with hips, navel towards your spine here. Gently lower down onto your belly through chaturanga, or simply come down onto the mat, release the tuck of your toes, and bring your forearms onto the mat. Elbows under shoulders, you can interlace fingers and come into Sphinx pose. Pelvis is pressing into the earth, as well as the length of your legs and the top of your feet. Imagine there's a golden thread attached to your sternum, the middle of your chest, and that's pulling your heart forward. Take your gaze forward, opening up your heart space here. Gently releasing, walking hands to frame your ribs. Rolling shoulders up, down, and back. Triceps hug into the body, coming into baby cobra. Slight lift. Pelvis is still grounded on the earth here. Pressing into the tops of the feet. Gentle release, tuck toes under, press through your hands, send hips up toward the sky. Downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Be here. Melting here. And gently roll forward into plank, filling out the space between your shoulder blades and your upper back, and press back to downward facing dog. Roll forward one vertebrae at a time into plank, and press back, downward facing dog. And walk both feet toward the front of the mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, finding length. Exhale, release, folding forward. Ground down through your feet. Inhale, arms up overhead, reaching through the fingertips. Anavattasana, a little back bend here. We're bending from the heart center, the space behind the heart. You can cactus arms. Inhaling, arms up overhead, palms together down through midline, resting at heart center, releasing hands to your sides, Tadasana. And begin to bend your knees and sit back into your chair. Feet can be hip width or feet together. Arms can be extended out in front or extending arms up overhead. Tailbone draws down toward the earth, flattening out your lower back, and navel draws towards your spine. You can even sit a little deeper into your chair here, and then gently exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise, and exhale, release. Step your left foot back, coming into low lunge, powering through the legs, hips square forward, right hip comes back and left hip draws forward. You're on the ball of your back foot. Stay here or gently lift fingertips just a couple inches off of the earth, engaging your core and legs. And then draw that left knee down to the earth. Hands rise up onto your thigh, setting up for Anjaneyasana variation. Navel toward the spine, tailbone draws down toward the earth here, keeping your chest open. Hands can stay on your thigh if you'd like, or extend arms up overhead. Palms come together in prayer, bending at the elbows. Hug triceps in toward the ears, and press the back of your head into your forearms as you unfurl your heart, opening your heart forward, settling down into your pelvis a little deeper. Be here. I like to tuck my back toes for added stability. And gently release hands to frame your front foot at the top of the mat. Step your right foot back, coming through plank. Coming down, knees, chest, chin, Ashtangasana. Your sits bones, your bum is reaching up to the earth like an inchworm. And then you can gently melt all the way down to the earth, releasing the tuck of your toes, pressing into the earth, and coming up into Bhujangasana, bigger cobra here. Triceps continue to hug into the body, pelvis is on the earth. You always have the option of coming into one of the other back bends that we practiced before, if this is too much. And releasing down to the earth, tucking toes, setting hips up toward the sky, downward facing dog. Releasing your head toward the earth, pressing down through all four corners of your palm. Finding length on your back body. And taking tiny steps all the way to forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, fold forward. Ground down through the feet, slight bend in your knees. Inhale, rise up to standing, extending arms up overhead. Once again, coming into that little back bend at the top, opening up the heart space. And coming back through Urdhva Hastasana, hands down to heart center. Release your hands to your sides, Tadasana. Be here. Feet can be hip width apart or feet together. I like hip width apart for stability. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, palms down to heart center. And start to sit back into your chair, Utkatasana. Hands can come out in front. If you'd like, you can extend the arms up overhead if you'd like. This makes it a bit more challenging, but keeps your heart open. Tailbone descends toward the earth, navel towards your spine. And forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. And step your right foot back, coming into low lunge. Powering down through the feet. Back heel is lifted. And if you'd like, lift fingertips off the earth slightly. Hands come down to the earth. Knee comes down to the earth. Rise hands onto your thigh, setting up for Anjaneyasana on this side, navel toward the spine, tailbone down. Sink into your hips as your heart continues to open. Inhale, arms up overhead. Once again, hands together in prayer. Taking your hands behind your head, pressing the back of your head into your forearms. Triceps hug in towards your ears. A shoulder opening. A heart opening. Breathe here. And exhale, release hands to frame your front foot. And step back to plank. Lower down through chaturanga or come onto your belly. And this time I find myself in upward facing dog. You can try this variation. My pelvis is off of the earth. The tops of my feet are pressing into the earth. If this is too much, come into one of the other ones, Sphinx, baby cobra, larger cobra. And then roll up to downward facing dog. Be here. Gently releasing knees to the earth, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Knees hip width apart, back toes tucked under. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands together down through midline, resting at heart center. Once again, like the beginning of class, we'll go through this movement of finding exhale, open up. Inhale, you'll draw that energy into your body, and this can be your organic movement here. This is we're releasing, and then we're drawing in. Whatever that feels like in your body. Whatever releasing and inhale, drawing in feels like. Find this flow here. It is all perfect. It is all divine. And gently bringing it to a close, bringing your hands to your hips, your upper glutes, rolling your shoulders up, down, and back. We're going to come into Ustrasana, pressing your hips forward, opening your heart. This is camel pose. You can come into this variation, or if you'd like to take it a little further, you can bring Right hand to right heel, left hand to left heel, pressing your hips forward, finding length in your back body and lifting your chest, finding space behind your neck and in front of your neck here, and breathing. When you come out of camel, rise up from your heart center, rising up from the heart center. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands together to prayer at heart center. And this time we'll play dancing camel. So bringing your right hand to your right heel, inhaling that left arm up overhead, and visiting both sides. Playing from one side to the next. It can be a small movement, or it can be a wide, reaching, expansive movement. Each time, finding opening in your hip space, your heart is expanding and there's length in your back body. Go through this a couple times at your own pace. Feeling the rhythm and expansion. Finding completion in this movement, and we'll meet with arms extended up overhead. Exhale, palms together down through midline, resting at heart center. And start to sit back onto your heels. Once again, bringing big toes to touch, knees wide. Sitting hips onto heels and coming into child's pose. You're resting your third eye, heart space onto the mat, arms extended overhead. Finding rest and repose here. With so much gratitude for your body and its ability to practice. So much gratitude for this life. Begin to walk hands back in toward the body slowly. And send your feet to one side and extend the legs out in front. You can shake out your legs. Keeping your right leg extended, bend your left knee. Bring the sole of your left foot to your inner thigh. Square your hips toward your right leg. Inhale, rise up, and exhale, begin to fold over your extended right leg. Right toes are flexed, right foot is flexed, left knee gets heavy toward the earth. And rest here, breathing into the length of your spine, the length of your hamstring. Then you can take your left hand to the pinky toe side of your foot, find some space, and walk yourself out at a slight diagonal here. Coming back to center. And then begin to walk your hands back up. Release your leg. Shake out your legs, bouncing knees. Keep the left leg extended and bend your right knee. Right sole of the foot comes to your inner thigh. Square your hips toward your left leg. Left foot is flexed. Inhale, arms up overhead. And exhale, fold forward. Releasing here. Finding length on both sides of your body. Heart reaches toward your toes. Softening. And once again here, you can take that right hand to the pinky toe side of your left foot. Inhale up, find expansion. That hand can be up your leg if it's not all the way to your foot. And slightly walk out toward the left side at a diagonal, finding space on your right side body. And when you're ready, coming back through center, softening. Begin to walk your hands back up toward your body, releasing both legs, shaking them out. And finding your way onto your back body. Once you get there, bend your knees, draw knees toward the chest. Hug them in and take gentle circles here, massaging your lower back on the earth, going in one direction and then the other. This is a little self-love. Releasing your feet to the earth, hip width apart. Knees stay hip width apart. Walk your upper arms in towards your body. Lift your hips. Continue to walk your upper arms and shoulders underneath. Interlace fingers behind your hips, reaching your fists toward your heels. Rise up into bridge pose. Lifting in the hips and in the heart space. Hugging knees into midline so they stay in alignment with your hips. And then gently exhale, release one vertebrae at a time. And once again, bend knees, hug them into your chest, coming into a little seed. Gently release. Taking the pinky toe side of your feet with your hands, bending your knees, bringing your arms to the inside of your knees, coming into happy baby. Tailbone descends toward the earth, and you have the option here to rock from side to side or stay still. Breathing into your hip space, letting your hips soften. Gently release. Press your feet into the earth. Lift your hips up and place them on the left side of your mat. Then draw knees into your chest and gently let your knees fall toward the right side, taking a supine twist. Left shoulder melts into the earth. Gaze over toward the left hand. You can stay here, or if you'd like, begin to extend that left leg long, and you can grasp for the foot, ankle, calf of that extended leg if you'd like to find a deeper twist and a hamstring opening here. And be here. Breathe into your abdomen, softening your organs. Breathe into the length of your spine. Gently bending both knees, drawing knees back to midline. Once again, taking your feet onto the earth, lifting hips and placing them on the right side of the mat, bringing knees into your chest, and letting your knees fall toward the left side. Right shoulder gets heavy. So take the variation that you'd like on this side. One of the reasons why we lift the hips up is to keep the spine in alignment. Oftentimes we'll just let our knees fall to one side and then our spine is at a diagonal instead of really being in alignment with our head and our shoulders. So this is a great opportunity to find that alignment. Letting your body soften in this pose. Gently releasing, drawing knees back to center. Bringing the soles of your feet together in Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. You can take one hand onto your heart and one onto your lower belly. And come to your breath here. We'll visit 3-part breath. Breathing in to your lower abdomen. Breathing in to your middle belly. and breathing into your chest. Exhale, release from the chest, from the middle belly, the lower belly. Inhale into the lower belly, middle belly, chest. Exhale from the chest, middle belly, lower belly. Inhale from the lower belly, middle belly, chest. Exhale from the chest, middle belly, lower belly. Going with your own breath here, following this pattern, this 3-part breath, letting your body soften into the earth, letting the ground support you, releasing any tension, feeling the contact between your body and the earth, the gentle support. You can stay here in Supine, Baddha Konasana, or extend your legs long and find yourself in Savasana, final relaxation. And simply rest here, finding space in your mind, quietness, as you listen to the waves crashing on the shore. Enjoy. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Thank you for watching my video and supporting me on my journey. Please like and subscribe, support me, and please comment or leave a question or correct me if what I'm sharing is wrong. I would love your feedback. And once again, thank you. Have a beautiful and blessed life. Sending you so much love along your journey. Namaste.